Hi, this is Michelle with Pink and Maine. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be making some cards with our Berry Sweet stamp set and coordinating dies. So let's jump right in. I already have the pieces of our first card pre-cut and ready for us to go. So I have an A2 top folding card base, and that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. With our layering rectangle dies, I have cut out some yellow pearlescent cardstock, along with some patterned paper from our All Occasion Florals paper pad. Just really pretty petite yellow flowers with some teal leaves. Love that. I've also cut out a piece of a teal cardstock that coordinates and a piece of white to go on top of that. So we have some layering pieces. I've stamped, colored, and die cut this adorable little bear that's in the stamp set. I have also stamped the sentiment, "Hello, sweet friend." Now this sentiment is from our No Matter What stamp set. And I thought it was just a little sweet sentiment to add with this bear. And as you can see, this bear is holding up his hand with his little eyes closed like he's smelling something. So I'm giving him a flower to hold in his hand, and this flower is part of the Berry Sweet stamp set. I want to add a little bit of ink blending to this card. I think giving the bear a little bit more of a colored background to stand up against would be nice. So on our white piece of cardstock, we are going to do some ink blending. I have our Mask It rectangle stencil, and it just has a rectangle cut out of the center so that you can lay it over your paper and get a nice rectangular shape. So we're going to put that down, and I have some yellow ink along with our mini ergonomic blender brush. If you have not used our ergonomic blender brush or the mini, you just don't know what you're missing. It makes blending ink so easy. It's easy to hold in your hand. You can hold it a variety of ways if you have issues with your hand, and it's super easy to keep clean as well. They come with their own little case, so they keep any inky residue off of your surface. And I just find that they make ink blending a breeze for me. So I'm just gonna rub the brush on my ink pad and start blending in the corner. I didn't want to blend the entire rectangle. I wanted just to give a nice defined bottom and just a gradient yellow color going up, just to add some color to the background without being too overwhelming. And I just thought we would just have it go kind of lighter and lighter towards the top, and that's really easy to do with our blender brush. You saw I just was blending it out, and it just gets softer and softer as you go up. I'm just going to take our microfiber cloth, our Scrub It Clean cloth, and just brush that yellow color off of the brush. And then once I see that no color is coming off of the brush, I can set it aside and I'm ready to use it for another color. Now that we have all of the parts of our card, we can start to put it together. I'm going to add some foam adhesive to the back of this teal piece so that this layer pops off the card a little bit. There, and now I'm ready to add the bear and the sentiment. And there is our super cute card. And I love how this yellow ink blend here just anchors the bear to the paper. You don't want him just to be floating around on the white piece of paper. You've got to have something to anchor him there. So the ink blending just gives him a nice place to stand and has a little bit of a background to it. It looks really good. But my card would not be complete without some of our glitter enamel dots. These are so pretty. They're so glittery. They add just the right amount of sparkle and shine to any of your cards. So I'm just going to pick out these. These are the, I believe they're called Happy Mail glitter enamel dots. You can find those on our website. I'm going to add a few of those. And there you have our super sweet card. For our next card, we're gonna make a slimline card. And I have lots of pieces here. You can see quite a few little bears over here. So we're gonna make a really cute slimline card. So my card base for the slimline card is 8.5 by 3.5 when folded. I cut out of this pretty green cardstock a scalloped rectangle that fits perfectly within the card. And this is from our Sympathy Slimline dies. You get this nice scallop, and it has a nice stitching edge on the inside as well. So we're going to glue that down to the card. And if you haven't made a slimline card yet, what are you waiting for? It's always fun to challenge yourself to use a different shape, a different space to work with. And I think it's fun to create slimline cards, give you a little different size and shape to work with. With our stitched circle dies, I have cut out 3 circles from our pattern paper pad. This is still from that All Occasion Florals paper pad. It's just a really pretty teal polka dot. And for the center one, I wanted it to pop a little more, and I wanted to bring out some of the red color that's in the strawberries. So I cut out a scalloped circle to go underneath that middle circle. It just kind of makes it pop too, just like that. So we're gonna adhere these down to our card. So I glued down the outer 2 circles first so that I can center more easily this center scallop. And if it has to overlap the 2 circles, that's fine. It's easier to center it once those are down. And there we have our card base ready to embellish. So I'm just creating 3 different little scenes with our bears here. At the bottom we have this one, and he's enjoying a strawberry. And I cut another little strawberry to put there. Our middle bear is just going to be standing amongst the strawberry vine. And our third bear up here at the top is going to be holding a jar of strawberry jam. And then I've cut a couple extra little flowers to put around the middle bear here. So let's start to glue these down. And there we have an adorable slimline card. The "Very sweet of you" is a sentiment that's from the stamp set. Isn't that so cute? I love the green and the red together with that pop of teal. It's really pretty colors. For our third and final card with the Berry Sweet stamp set, we are going to make a fun fold card. So I have all our pieces here cut out and ready to go. So I want to show you the base of the card so you can see how it's going to work. It's kind of a card within a card. So we have a small card on front that opens up like this, and the inside opens up like that. So you need an A2 size card. You can make it any size you want. This is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base. It's like a top folding. But what I did is on this front piece of the card, I just cut it in half. I just cut half of it off basically. So we just have half a front of a card. I made another top folding card out of this craft paper, and that's going to slide right inside that front fold. This card is 1 inch smaller than the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's going to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Okay? And that way you have enough white around it that you can decorate however you want. I'm going to use pattern papers. So let's start to glue down our layering pieces. Now we have all of our layering pieces glued down to our card bases. These pattern papers are from our Warm Wishes paper pad. The colors are gorgeous, and they're not just for winter crafting. You'll be using these all year round. Look at those gorgeous plaid polka dots and stripes. So now we're going to simply glue the smaller card inside of the larger one. Just make sure it opens in the opposite direction. So we have our open over here, and we have our open over here. And here is our card. You can see it just opens in a fun way. When you give this to someone, they're gonna go, oh, wow. It's not like any card you buy at the store, right? So there's our fun card base. I layered these with the craft paper and the white and the patterns because I thought the craft paper worked really well with the color of the bear. I just thought it makes him stand out and blend with the whole card design. So I have stamped, I can barely wait to see you. And I just cut it out and cut this little flag end there. I have a stitch circle and a scallop circle cut, and this is where our bear is going to sit. So let's glue these together. So you can have this card open either way you like this, or if you flip it around, I don't know, depending on whether you're right-handed, left-handed, however you think it's best that the card opens. I'm gonna do it this way so that it opens kind of naturally like a regular card would open. So we're gonna have our circle kind of stand up over the top of this first card here, the card on the top. And then our sentiment is gonna actually cover the bottom of that circle a little bit. So we're gonna glue those down. There, our card is coming together. Now let's just add the little bear. Oh, he is too stinking cute. And I just sat him with his little legs sitting over the sentiment strip here, and it just kind of pulls it all together. I also stamped and colored a little butterfly that I think I'm gonna have flying right over here on the circle. And there's our card. Isn't that just too cute? I think I'm gonna add a couple of our glittery enamel dots. We do have Warm Wishes glittery enamel dots as well, so it coordinates with the pattern paper perfectly. And here is our completed card. I just know someone would love receiving that. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you've enjoyed making these cards with our Berry Sweet stamp set and coordinating dies, along with some fun pattern paper and sparkly glitter enamel dots. You can find all these products and more on our website at pinkandmain.com. And until next time, keep living the creative life.